We're gonna try to pour it in our ring mold. Ooh, ah, 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 ah. Hello homemakers! A year ago today, I got together with some other retro recipe YouTubers who also have the Betty Crocker recipe card library, and we did a special collab. It was super fun, and so we're doing it again today. It's our Bettyversary.
Happy Bettyversary!
Happy Bettyversary!
Happy Bettyversary!
Happy Bettyversary! Oh, my nose.
Be sure to check out their videos in the description down below after you're done watching this one. But for my video, I thought I would do a nice cool summer treat, raspberry ring with creamy fruit. Raspberry ring with creamy fruit is from section D, salads for every occasion, and it's card number 6. I love when Betty Crocker tries to put something in a ring. It's something that she does time and time again in this recipe card library. I thought this edition was very fun and could be very refreshing for summertime. It's raspberry jello in a ring mold, and then we're putting this creamy fruit salad in the middle that I feel like is kind of akin to an ambrosia salad. I haven't had ambrosia before, but it is basically canned fruit and coconut and mini marshmallows. So how bad could it be? I think it's gonna be pretty cute and hopefully a nice cooling treat for this hot summer day. So let's give it a try. For raspberry ring with creamy fruit, we will need 2 cups of boiling liquid, a package of raspberry gelatin, a pint of raspberry sherbet, 1 can of mandarin orange slices, and a can of pineapple chunks, some flaked coconut, and of course mini marshmallows and sour cream. All right, so we are starting by making the jello. So I'm taking a packet of raspberry jello, it's going into the bowl. Made a lot of jellos on this channel, but I haven't used the raspberry flavor yet. And then we have 2 cups of boiling water. Ooh, smells good. All right, so we're stirring until gelatin is dissolved, and then we're gonna add in the sherbet. Okay, so it calls for raspberry sherbet. I just bought this tricolor sherbet for my last episode, Summer Coolers, and we used the orange and the lime out of it. And so I figured I should use the raspberry for this recipe, right? I don't want to waste it and buy a whole new container. So we want ideally a pint. I don't know if I have a pint in here, but let's just start putting it in. We might get a little bit of orange and lime left over, that's okay. Adding sherbet to the jello is interesting because it will help kind of cool it down right away, which is what we want. We want it to get cold fast. Yeah, it felt wasteful not to use this raspberry out of the tricolor. Waste not, want not. We're trying to starve the garbage can, as Betty would say. They used Betty Crocker to help with marketing for World War II rationing, and one of her catchphrases was "starve the garbage can." If you want to learn more about Betty Crocker's role in World War II, you could check out an episode I have where I talk all about it. Okay, we're stirring, we're melting, it's getting foamy. I think the role of putting sherbet in jello is to make it less opaque in the final ring mold, but I also think it's interesting that we're adding so much liquid, because usually it's a cup of boiling water and a cup of cold water go in jello, and then we're adding 2 cups of boiling and the sherbet. I don't know, I'm following the instructions. Ah! Okay, go back in there. Seems fairly melted. There's this 1 chunk of lime sherbet floating that hasn't melted yet. Okay, the sherbet is melted. We're gonna try to pour it in our ring mold. Ooh, ah, 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 ah. The last time I did a ring mold, I didn't grease it and it was more difficult to get it out. So this time I'm learning from my mistakes. We're gonna spray it with some Pam and then we're gonna pour it in. Okay, now we're ready. I really don't want to spill it or get it on my white shirt. Just go, let's go lip to lip and we'll just go in. Okay, we spilled a little bit, but for the most part we got it in there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the fridge and it will start to set. Now we're gonna make the creamy fruit filling. So the first thing we have to do is drain our fruit. I have a can of mandarin orange segment. That will go first. Got it. Okay. Drain. Done. Oh, they're so cute. Now we're putting it in our mixing bowl. Now, pineapple. It's interesting that it said pineapple chunks because I would think that you wouldn't want big chunks of pineapple. I was thinking you would get the like more finely diced pineapple. That would be better, but I guess these mandarin orange chunks are pretty big too. Okay. Drain that. It's overflowing with pineapple. You know what they should have had you do? Is because the recipe calls for 2 cups of boiling liquid, parentheses, water or fruit syrup. They should have had me do this first, and then I could have used this fruit in the raspberry ring. Ugh, whatever. Now we're putting a cup of marshmallows in and a cup of coconut flakes. And then the piece de resistance, the cup of sour cream. This makes me a little nervous to put sour cream in because it's supposed to be a dessert. It's supposed to be fruity and sweet. And I don't know why they didn't call for yogurt. But it's also a salad, I guess. A salad for every occasion. So maybe it is supposed to be savory. Now that our fruit's combined, we're gonna fold in the sour cream. Oh. Make sure that the sour cream is evenly distributed. Isn't this just like the most retro 50s thing? Marshmallows and canned fruit, sour cream. Okay, so now this goes in the fridge for 3 hours to chill, and I think the raspberry ring will probably be set within 3 hours as well. I am using a metal tin, and those tend to help Jello set faster because it kind of conducts the coldness or whatever. I'm not a scientist. But I think that by the time this is ready to go, the ring will be ready to go. So I'll check back in with you in about 3 hours. Okay, it's been almost 4 hours. I think it's time for us to unmold the raspberry ring. So I'm putting the plate on top. We're gonna flip it and hope it comes out. I think it came out. Hello! Oh shoot, it's breaking. No, don't break. Raspberry ring? No. Maybe I should have waited longer. There's a rift in it. There's a big break in it. No. Ugh. I waited 4 hours. Let's see if it breaks anymore when I start to put this filling in. This is interesting because I feel like over the 4 hours this filling has, the marshmallows have really sucked up moisture and it's become a very intriguing texture. So let's go ahead and try to fill the hole. Maybe we'll cover up the gap with the mint. That's exactly what we're gonna do. There's always a solution. Okay, here's my grand plan. Okay, my plan to cover up this gaping hole is to fill it with mint. So, it's like you'll never know. Who's gonna know? Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. We've got a massive thing of mint on the side. There. Quick, we have to taste it. We have to taste it before it falls apart. Well, I guess I'm a little impatient and I should be more careful about my choices to unmold Jello before it's fully set because this is falling apart. It's falling apart and I'm mad about it. So let's go ahead and take a scoop of our Jello that's falling apart. Yeah, I just didn't wait long enough. This just like isn't fully set. Jello's not meant for the modern woman. You think I have time to sit around and wait for Jello to thaw? I don't. Let's give it a taste. Okay. The sour cream is still weird to me. But pineapple and mandarin orange are cute. Yeah, the Jello's good. It's just, the Jello's just not set. But I do like the raspberry flavor. My question is it not set because I didn't wait long enough, or is it not set because this recipe told me to put 2 cups of water with the Jello and sherbet? And correct me if I'm wrong, sherbet disintegrates into liquid. So why am I putting 2 cups of liquid and sherbet when maximum all you need to make Jello is 2 cups? That extra sherbet might have made this too liquidy. And that, I want to say, is the recipe's fault and not my fault. It's not my fault. But yeah, if I were to make this again, which who knows if I will, I think I would just use yogurt instead of sour cream because I really just don't like that extra bit of tanginess. And the pineapple and the orange are already really kind of tangy and sour, and there's not enough sweet to counteract that. But I do like the raspberry Jello, so I'm glad I gave that a try. It's falling apart. It's falling apart on the plate. My beautiful creation. That's the way the Jello crumbles sometimes, I guess. All right, raspberry ring with creamy fruit. I am disappointed this didn't turn out better because I thought it was gonna be really good. I do like the flavor of the raspberry Jello, and I really wish that it had set up correctly and wasn't falling apart. And I like the concept of the creamy fruit. I love all of the flavors in it except for the sour cream. It would have been like an amazing, refreshing summer salad if I used yogurt instead, but it's just like a little too tangy for me, and I don't know how much of this I'm gonna be able to eat. So even though it didn't turn out as well as planned, I still think it's a really cute idea and feels very retro, very 1950s dinner party. I'm glad I gave it a try. So I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 red spoons. Back in the box. This was so much fun. I wonder what our friends are making.
I'm making pizza with a hamburger crust.
I'm making coconut chews.
I'm making oven porcupines.
We're making oatmeal squares. Be right back.
Okay, those recipes look so good. Be sure to check out the other videos in this collab. I'm putting a playlist in the description down below so you can watch their videos when you're done with this one. I want to thank you for watching today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, happy homemaking.